I always told myself I will never own a shop. I was like, what am I gonna do? Completely lost. We had a newborn, no money. Literally, our personal bank account had zeros in it.
Maybe tell us how you got into auto repair.
So I was working at a Goodyear store or a tire store.
As a mechanic?
No. So I was the one in charge of cleaning all the windows, making sure I had technicians' toolboxes cleaned like their own personal toolboxes. Tire machines, they had to be cleaned like toothbrush clean, and I'm not exaggerating. And so I got tired because I was frustrated because I thought, man, like,
Is this it?
yeah, like I remember one time coming back and I'm like, I'm done.
He graduated high school, completed the auto tech program through the high school, the 21st century program. So he had all his certifications.
I had some ASCs at the time, so I'm thinking, we're gonna be good. This old lady calls me out in church and she's like, hey, like, why are you limiting what God wants to do in your life? The newspaper put an article about me from where we're from. It landed when it was privately owned at the hands of a BMW dealership in town here, literally right up the street. John, he would always call me every Thursday. How long was that? Like several months?
Yeah, like 3 months.
Like 3 months. And he was like, hey, I have a contract here for you. I need you to come work for us. And so till one day, everything starts going to crap at the shop where I was at.
I was like, so what, maybe this is what God is leading you to do.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I think that same night or maybe the next day you submitted your application into Baron BMW.
And so when I decided to go on to BMW, obviously John saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, to be honest. And
So when this was happening, were you based in a dealer or were you traveling around?
so a little bit of both. But what got to me was the traveling. It was fun up until I got married and she was pregnant. And then I was like, okay, anxiety levels. What ended up happening is there's a lot of demand. And I was very young. When we got married, I realized this is not the life, because it was like, sure, you get company vehicles, sure, you get all these other things, sure, you make a lot of money, but your life is gonna be hotel, airplane, come back home,
Airplane.
and then your assistant can just call you anytime and they're like, hey, you need to be in St. Louis in 8 hours. Take the car, go. And I'm like, okay.
And you would go to St. Louis to solve a problem nobody could fix?
Yes.
So you were a traveling technician that did diagnostic stuff?
Yes. I guess what came down to the end of the dealership was when I quickly realized I was having a lot of stress at work. And
Anxiety.
That's when I learned anxiety is real. They caught me multiple times, just passed out in my office.
Oh, wow.
There was multiple times that I just remember being at the hospital, waking up at the hospital. And so it became dangerous at that point, and then I still continued, but then I thought something needs to change. This ain't for me. And so I told my wife, I'm gonna take some time off, and I didn't want nothing to do with our industry. Funny story is, I always told myself I will never own a shop.
An old buddy from that initial tire shop, he was like, hey, the shop that I'm working at right now, the owner is sick. He wants to sell. Do you want to do a partnership with me, or do you want to buy the shop? So it was like, okay, well, an opportunity just fell on our laps. And I remember we were driving to Topeka. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And I was like, but your dream, your initial dream was to own a shop. Like, I know you've had bad experiences in the dealership world, but this was what you wanted. The initiative started of like, okay, then if if I own my own shop, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to have it like as a new concept. I want to have like a dealership world in a family style. I was like, okay, that's fine. That's awesome. Well, when the coworker contacts him and we get in contact with the owners, the shop's name is New Concept Auto Service. And I was
Wow.
like, what the heck? The belief of these old owners of New Concept Auto Service, Polly and Paul Rupp, they believed in us. And we didn't know how, we didn't know why. We were able to negotiate. We didn't even give them all the money all at once. We made a contract where we would put down an initial amount of money.
The owner financed it. Now we would know that term.
Yeah. we took a leap of faith and we started going at it. We hadn't officially bought it, but he would go into the office and start learning from Paul, like how it worked, like just showing him the ropes. And he was like excited. He was like, this is how you do it, this and this, this and that. And just teaching him everything, or mostly everything that he needed to know about payroll. We're like, okay, at the time I was working as a CNA at Children's Mercy. So he'd be like, okay, babe, we do this and we do this. I'm like, okay, I still got another job to do. But it was awesome, the process of growth that we experienced in that time. And I think 2 months after we got a hold of the shop is when I gave birth to my firstborn. So it was just like newborn baby, newborn shop. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And so he's trying
Which,
to deal.
by the way, that repeated itself on 3 other shops.
Yeah.
3 times.
Y'all know what's causing this, right?
Yeah.
So we had a crib in the office where my baby was always there. And I was like trying to learn the ropes of like accounting and payroll and getting the hours. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just following your rule.
Joe is part of the original 3 employees we took when we took over that shop.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Previously with Paul, the struggle was cars, right? Needed more cars. But then when Vicente took over, that was when I really started to realize what it was like to actually flag hours in a shop, because it was quite a few hours.
And I remember Joe would be like, hey, my hours are wrong. I'm like, I'm sorry, Joe.
So I was like, Joe, you're gonna be busier than you've ever been. And he never thought that was possible.
As we started to grow and I was learning Europeans, I realized, okay, this guy's a driver and he's a pusher. And so I'm gonna see where we can go from here.
He was dealing with how to take his mindset from being a technician to mindset of a business owner. And it was very hard for him because he's like, but no, I gotta think like this. It was like very like mentally breaking down some walls and rebuilding them in a different way because it's two different
hard
worlds.
for all of us. Yes.
Yeah. And so I always say my privilege in our relationship is I've seen him grow so much and mature so much in things that he used to do and was like used to have such a hard time with. Now he's like, oh, this is what I do. And it's like, it's satisfying to see that in our relationship. It's really awesome. So yeah, we got a hold of that
Don't
shop.
make me cry.
Oh.
Business baby was growing and our firstborn was growing, and it's been growing ever since. I think it hasn't stopped.
So give us some detail around just the business side of it. You buy this business, and at the time, what do you think it was doing a month when you took it over, and what do you think you had it to?
What was funny is when I came in there, I knew cars, right? So I'm like, we're gonna have a lot of hours. Joe laughed in my face, and then we got into it too, by the way.
So that was when I first met Vicente, and I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. You know, I got a guy that is coming from BMW North America, and he's gonna bring in euros. I had not touched euros before, and so yeah, that's how we met.
The shop wasn't doing very great. It had never. I mean, listen, if it was a $15,000 week, we were celebrating. You know, like
Like you should. I mean, every month,
yeah,
every week's a
absolutely.
win.
But you know, for us, it was like money would come in, and then money
Yep.
would go out. Right?
So it's 40 to 60,000 a month.
Yes. And so when we took it over, it had never made over $500,000 in a year. Never.
Okay.
Listen, we didn't have money for nothing, right? So a story Kathy didn't share was that we had no cars in the shop. This is before ShopFix. This is before all this. And what are we gonna do? Well, we have no money.
Actually, we did have a car.
What?
The red one that's still here.
Oh,
A car that's still here to this day.
yeah,
Years
that
later,
one.
no one can figure out how to fix it. No one.
We don't talk about that car.
We had money to go print out free oil change coupons. And what I did was I went with Kathy. She was pregnant, like pregnant as you could get. And it was hot. And I'm getting down in the immediate neighborhood. Every single car I could put one of these in. And I told the crew what I was gonna do, and they all thought it wasn't gonna work. And so I've always been a person that, like, if you tell me that something is not possible, just hold on. I'm about to prove you wrong,
Yeah.
right?
You like to fight.
Yes. Then we were like busier than heck. We didn't even know where to put cars. And we were giving out free oil change when we didn't have money, we didn't have cars, but I was like big about inspections, and we started selling work. We were starting to learn. Paul passed away, which was mentoring me throughout this whole process.
This guy was a stage 4 brain cancer.
My morale went down as well.
He was your safety net.
Yeah, he was my safety net. And so I was like, what am I gonna do? Completely lost.
Vicente, at the end of 2020, found a video of you on Facebook. And he's like, this guy's got it. Like, it makes so much sense what he's talking about. I was like, that's good, babe. Keep watching him. Like, that's awesome.
You did like a breakout in Zoom. I don't know if you ever recall this, but it was like around November. You did a breakout in Zoom, and then in my room was Becky McGinnis. And that lady, she's my ShopFix mom, is what I call
Becky's
her.
a great lady.
Yeah, I get now the privilege to kind of coach her through stuff. That's pretty awesome. Now,
Yeah.
how just turn of events on various things. But she was like, oh, you're going to come out to the conference.
We had about $10,000 in the bank account. Payroll was the end of the next week or something like that, which was about $25,000. We had a whole bunch of bills to pay, and our son had just turned 1. We're like, we don't know what to do. Like, he's like, we don't even have money for a hotel, money to rent a car. How are we gonna get to Tennessee? Like, it doesn't, like, how? COVID was just starting.
Yeah, it was just starting, and like we were seeing like everything kind of go downhill, car count. So it's like we're new into business. We didn't have what?
Joe was gone.
Oh yeah, Joe betrayed us.
I did leave. I left and I went to Acura for just under a year.
He went to go work at a dealership.
The betrayal.
I had a kid on the way and we needed insurance.
Betrayal. He's like, Vicente, I have to feed my family.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta take this because I gotta take care of my family.
Stop the film and betrayal.
We have to have some drama we had to throw in here.
I remember being in the office and I am like leaning over like this, just crying so employees wouldn't see me. What am I gonna do, right? And I'm just crying. Literally the phone rings, I pick it up and it's Thomas from ShopFix. He gets me connected and he starts telling me, and I desperately just puke all over him, as I like to say. After that, he connected me with Ryan Blair, but I need help like now. I need to know what to do right
In
now.
the next 20 minutes.
We had a newborn, no money. Literally, our personal bank account had zeros in it. That's no lie, like nothing. My mentality was definitely like, okay, we've risked it all. We put all this money into all this. What do we have to lose right now? I secretly asked my dad for gas money. I didn't let Kathy know. I asked my dad. He gave me $175 for gas. to make it to Tennessee. We make it to ShopFix. We took what we thought were our books. I remember an ex-coach, Ryan Blair, had him look at our P&Ls where Ryan Blair was doing other like one-on-one, with us throughout the conference. And we're not saying anything. I'm just there to be a sponge. I don't want to be put out there. I want to be low key. I just want to absorb everything. And this coach grabs red marker. I'll never forget. I'm grateful for this, but WTF on this line, WTF on this. What, and I'm like, but it needed to be changed because we didn't have a single idea what we were really doing, where we were putting categories or anything like that. So we went in and you did your thing. You did a circle and
You spoke life into us.
yeah, you spoke life into us. I get emotional about this because I think that that's the moment that really changed the course for me. As a dad, my kids, though they didn't live truly through it, but my kids are now reaping. And I'm not saying you did that, right? But that moment was just life-changing for me because I'm like, I know how to fix cars. I know what I have to do, but why am I just suffering, right? The other thing is, I never actually till like a couple days before I turned 30 last year, I never had my dad tell me he was proud of me.
Ryan comes up and grabs us, and Crystal had found out that you guys were sleeping in your car. And so I just remember Ryan standing on the staircase, and we were at the top of the staircase talking to him. And I think there were 4 or 5 of us actually. Yep. And Ryan starts saying, guys, you're not gonna believe this. They got no money. They drove down here. They're sleeping in their car. They're desperate to learn. He goes, I'm going to the hotel. I'm booking them a room. While y'all are gone, I guess he goes with you and you're gone 30, 40 minutes. The group, I don't remember
he lied to us, but yeah.
What did he tell you?
Because he told us, he was like, hey, we're gonna learn more about P&Ls because I'm trying to, and accounting, which he did. He did teach us certain things. And then he puts us into this room and I'm like, okay, this is just weird. But before that, I get a text.
Oh, he pretends like he's gonna use the room as a class.
We told them to, Ryan, to take them and get them in a hotel room. And we were gonna go ahead and put that GoFundMe together.
And so then we did the GoFundMe. Thomas created that, put it on the screen. Y'all were gone like 45 minutes or something. How much ended up getting raised from that little group of 50 people?
Like about 14,000.
I'm a baby. I'm just crying right that day.
Maybe this will be the best seed we've ever sown, but none of us can judge if this is good soil or not. We have to believe it's good soil, and we're gonna sow the seed. And I think it's been good soil.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I remember you told Kathy and I,
Yeah.
you said, never forget this moment, and one day you will do it to others.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I ask from you
You said
guys.
pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
And I get goosebumps just saying that, but I've made it a mission of mine, right? I literally was trying to help this shop owner get out of a situation financially and everything else because we were there. After leaving there, I remember when all this happened and you guys did it, of course, we're in the back and I'm, again, just crying, could not believe. I'm like, you have to be in a room where for you to feel what I'm saying, right? Like I've been in other coaching companies, in other rooms, and it never felt this way. You call it whatever it is. To me, God is there, right? And there's something that really happens in ShopFix. I'm not just saying it for me, but I'm saying this because this is the exact same thing I've heard from the people that I have taken their other shop owners, right?
Yep.
And so moments like those definitely can change the course of an entire family. What defined me in that moment when all this happened and after we left, I told Kathy in our vehicle there, I said, babe, when we come back in 90 days, we are not going to be in the same position that we are in today. And that turned out to be true. Now, that came with a lot of sacrifice, like sleeping 4-3 hours because we couldn't pay an accountant to fix our books. We were doing that late at nights, newborn. Like, you're still barely getting any sleep, so like,
It's survival mode.
you know, it's like,
You had a
so-
path out, but it was still tough.
yeah, so I've always had that mentality, like you have to execute. The faster you execute, you figure out whether or not you failed, or you might have success, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, we come back, we're gonna do the things that they're telling us, and we're gonna get this fixed. Paul said that shop mathematically could only do $1.1 million. Within a month, we did our first 100,000. Within 3 months, we did our first 120,000. That shop ended doing over $3 million. 90 days later, I remember looking at our P&Ls. Not only did we catch up on everything we had owed, okay? Everything that we had owed. Because the money that was given to us, we were able to pay everything off after, like I said, 90 days of everything. Not only that, but we were able to put $90,000 into the bottom line of everything.
Wow.
It's all gonna depend on you and how much you put into it.
So you go back, you're crushing it, you put money in the bank. How long until the second store was found and acquired and opened?
Over 2 years.
So 2 years, you're muscling the first store, just growing it, putting money in the bank. When the second opportunity store pops up, what was that opportunity like? And then tell me about the third and the fourth, etc.
So after the conference, we came back.
It cost
And-
us 80 grand, by the way.
So we're getting 2 shops at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Negotiating.
Yes, so we're getting Bonner and we're getting our Merriam store.
Then Joe comes back into the picture.
Vicente called me and he was like, hey, we need you back. And I got, I think it was like 400 some odd hours that we got to get out of the shop, and I need somebody to run the shop in the back. But I just was like, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Store 2 and store 3 lay in your lap. How long till store 4?
So that was,
A year later, maybe?
yeah,
Over
so the next year, this store happens.
So then you
store
get this
4,
store. How long till store 5?
About 6 months.
6 months. So
Yes.
what's the time frame between store 5 and store 6?
So it's gonna be a year and a half.
18.
No,
Oh, look
no,
at
2
you
years.
guys.
No,
Taking
no.
their time.
No,
No, it's
2 years.
It's
like
2
2
and a
years.
half years.
So you're averaging like a shop every 9 months.
That's why we said the whole kid thing, is because it was really happening like at that rate.
Revenue wise, I know you probably have stores matured and you have stores still taking off.
Mhm.
If you didn't open store 6, what would 2025 sales be?
$17.5.
What I want everybody to get as far as a takeaway from this is that your life can not just U-turn, your life can U-turn and end up with a jetpack strapped to your back. If you've got vision and you believe in yourself, we could take these profits home and just blow up our personal lifestyle, or we could just keep dumping it back into the business, which creates more opportunity for these guys, more opportunity for other employees. It's awesome to see you guys getting ahead of it and creating a way for everybody else, because your vision has to be so big that everybody else's vision can fit inside of it, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, it really did come down to Kathy and I sitting down, and it's like, we could be okay with 2 shops. We don't need more. But there was 2 driving factors: our future generations, but also as we were growing, our employees' families are growing. So I want to make sure that I made an impact on these people. And this year, I've had this crazy vision that I want to have 10 millionaires in our company. And I put it out there.